Celtic host Utrecht in a must-win tie in the UEFA Europa League tomorrow evening at 8 o'clock. In this video, we'll discuss Celtic team news alongside major injury updates for the boys in green. We'll also take a look at Utrecht, how are they faring out in the Eredivisie this season, alongside Celtic transfer news. What is the club's plans for the final couple days of the transfer window? So first of all, I'm going to start with my team news for tomorrow night. As we can see on screen here, Kasper Schmeichel will lead the boys out from the back. Now, Kasper Schmeichel's came under a lot of scrutiny this year. His performances haven't necessarily been up to standard, but in recent weeks, he has kept Celtic in this title race with big saves against Falkirk and last Sunday against Hearts, with numerous one-on-one saves. So Kasper Schmeichel's going to fit right into this team alongside the same back four that started out in Italy last Thursday with Kieran Tierney, Liam Scales, Austin Trusty and Colby Donovan. Julian Araujo, some might say, where's he? He's not registered in the Europa League squad and will not be available for selection unless Celtic make it out of the top 24. So that's why he's not here, and you'll see someone else who's not here also. Colby Donovan, 20 games this season in his debut year for Celtic. Ever trusted, ever reliant, doesn't put a foot wrong, and I really like him. He's tenacious on the ball. He's not afraid to make a forward run, dive in somewhere, do something different. And he reminds me a bit of a young Kieran Tierney, the way he's just like a raw talent, and I feel he's one for the future, and Celtic should be looking to hold on to him at all cost. Liam Scales and Austin Trusty did superbly against Bologna, not so well against Hearts, but European football might just be made for them. And why? Champions League last season, when did they both excel in the Champions League games against Slovan Bratislava, RB Leipzig? They're made for the European games alongside Kieran Tierney. That's why he came back for the club these big nights. Did he think they'd be in the Europa League? Not necessarily, but is he ready for it? He will be. He has lots of experience, and he came back to Celtic to get them into the knockout stage of a European competition. Now moving on to the midfield, we can see Arne Engels, Callum McGregor and Benjamin Negron. We'll start with Benjamin Negron. He has had an up and down season, not getting a full run of games between different managers, but he's scored 13 times, assisting 6, with 2 goals in the Europa League and an assist to go with that. He'll be wanting to add to them numbers, just like he scored a magnificent free kick against Hearts, placed it right in the top corner. No stopping that for Craig Horton. I think he'll be eager to get on the score sheet tomorrow and might even pop up with a goal here and there. Hopefully, Callum McGregor, the ever-present midfielder, the captain, Cal Mack, I think he will be trying to just reassure the Celtic team. There's no need to panic. Utrecht haven't been on great form, and if it gets to maybe the second half and it's still 0-0, Celtic trying to chase a goal, he'll compose the team in that huddle. He'll be saying it's a long game, and he'll be getting the boys ready for a 90-minute game, not just get an early goal and try and put on the pressure. He'll want a sustained performance through 90 minutes. And Arne Engels, a player that, has he hit the heights of what Celtic fans would have wanted him? Not necessarily. He's shone in European games. That Leipzig game, Bayern Munich at the Allianz Arena. He is a player that's made for under the lights at Celtic Park on a European night. There's no denying that his performances at times this season domestically have not been good enough, and he'll know that himself. He'll have high standards, and he'll want to try and produce again on the big stage tomorrow night. Now moving on to the front three, the 3 attacking men. They'll have a big role of containing the pressure that Utrecht will try and bring. Utrecht will all be about restoring pride. They'll not want to go down without a fight, not winning a game yet in the Europa League. Daizen Maeda, I feel, will lead the line. He scored 8 times and assisted 8 this season. Now, you wouldn't think that. His performances haven't been to his high standards that he set last season. Not scoring in the Europa League this year, but he'll be looking to get on the score sheet. He'll be looking to add something different. His best position is out on the left, but with Kevin Kara not being registered for the Europa League, just like Araujo, he'll be starting through the middle with Tinekti on the left, Yang on the right. Yang has had a fantastic resurgence this season, especially since Wilfred Nancy got here, and Tinekti, who's still needing to show that a little bit more drive, power. We know he's got a few flicks and tricks. We want him to show it more often, take on his man, allow Tierney sometimes to come on that overlap, and I think we'll see a star shine in Sebastian Tinekti. Celtic's opponents for the night, FC Utrecht of the Eredivisie in the Netherlands. Now they are in absolute disarray really, 5 defeats in their last 5 games, and they're sitting 11th in the Eredivisie. Very, very poor for them. In their game on Sunday, they faced Sparta Rotterdam. They were at home and they lost 1-0 despite having 22 shots compared to 5 and 60% possession to 40. So we can see through these stats that they're definitely a team that likes to have the ball. They have the majority of the chances, but they just couldn't get over the line. They don't have an out and out goal scorer, which could be their undermining factor in this game. Their star player being their left back, no other than their left back, as we can see here, El Karaouni, getting 9 assists and 2 goals in the Eredivisie this week. He is by far their standout player. The 25-year-old from Morocco, valued at 13 million on FontMob. He has a bright future ahead of him. He's been at Utrecht for 3 years. This year he's having by far his best season based on numbers, and he's someone that Celtic will need to watch out for. If it is to be Yang on that right hand side, he'll need to be pressing him well, making sure there's no overlapping runs, because with 15 assists in all competitions, he'll be looking to swing the ball in and try and make a chance for Utrecht to get something from this tie. They've played 3 games away from home in Europe this season, and they've generated 0 points, only scoring once, conceding 5 occasions. So they'll be looking for a bit of pride here too. They haven't won in the Europa League yet. It's been a disappointing campaign, only getting 1 draw, 3 goals in total, 1 from open play and 2 from set pieces. So we can see their goals is their big factor they can't get. And Celtic, you could say as well, struggling in the goals department. Their striker Rodriguez only netting 3 times in 19 appearances. The Spanish 22-year-old just not clinical enough, it seems. That seems to be their problem. And like Celtic, they could do with a January edition of a striker in the next coming days. Finally, I would like to look at where Celtic may look to improve in the final days of the transfer window. It's the 28th of January today, and Celtic have still not signed a player on a permanent deal, only bringing in Kevin Shara and Julian Araujo on a 6-month loan. Now, there is an option to buy for Kevin Kara, so that is to be decided. Will Celtic buy him? How will his performance line up now to the end of the season? Now, I think Celtic need a centre back. Without doubt, a centre back needs to be added of quality, because with Cameron Carter-Vickers out, Trusty and Scales are the only 2 kind of competent centre backs you would say that you'd want Celtic to finish this title charge with. And in saying, when Carter-Vickers is back next season, will he be the same player? He's picking up lots and lots of injuries, so I feel a centre back should be on the list for Celtic on a permanent basis this January window, alongside a striker on a permanent deal. If the player is there, which I'm sure Celtic are able to identify a striker that can score goals now and in the future, I think that needs to be a big money move. Not even a big money move, but a move that justifies the price that scores goals. No matter what you pay, if he scores goals, it's justified, and he'll make a return, and could be the short term this season, winning the league, trying to get into the Champions League, or in the future, scoring big goals for Celtic in Europe. They're the 2 key areas. Moving on to the summer window, there's lots of issues. This squad needs possibly a new goalkeeper if Schmeichel decides to leave the club. Is there a question about Alistair Johnson's fitness? Will there need to be a permanent right back? Midfielders with Hatate possibly on the road, Daizen Maeda. So there's lots of areas of this team that could be getting improved, or just players that are getting replaced over time that will need to be addressed in the summer. So finally, now I'm going to give my score prediction. I think Celtic will dominate this game, as I've already mentioned. I think Celtic will win 3-1 on the night, not keeping the clean sheet, but I think big goals from big players on the night will get the job done. Would send off Celtic into the top 24 of the Europa League and through to the knockout stage, which would be fantastic. And all we're really asking for, we're just asking for a win. Like the rest of the games in the league, like the rest of the games in the Scottish Cup, performance can come later, but right now 3 points is all Celtic need. So if you did enjoy this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below what you think the score will be. I'll chat to you all after the game. Hail, hail.